Alright, so we are buying ourselves a mining pick here and heading out. This is a unceremonious start of an episode. We're just going to go ahead and get that mining pick and start getting ore. Because, of course, that is going to be our ticket to getting a weapon. The copper axe that we're planning on crafting requires linen cloth, as well as copper bars, and I believe a weak flux. So we're going to have to go ahead and consider that in the quest that we're taking. So kind of took the circuitous route to get the canvas scraps quest up here, which is a good quest because it gives you a 4-slot bag, which as self-found is very good. Because otherwise you are relegated at 5 silver apiece to buying 6-slot bags. And it only gets worse from there. I don't even want to recite the prices because it's just painful to think about that I will have to do that unless I get very lucky on chest RNG. And the theme of this episode is chest RNG. Because looking into the copper battle axe, we need 2 light leather. And the only way we are going to be able to get light leather is by looting it from a chest, a battered chest to be specific. Here I am getting my first ore and a rough stone. Let's see what the next tap hit. Oh, it's a fail. See what the next tap hits. Just a copper ore, okay. You know, we want these rough stones because they will get our blacksmithing up quickly. And we're just getting a lot of ore, but it was a 4-hitter, which is absolutely massive. And if you look here, I already have spotted another one, and there's just a boar in the way who is not aggressive. So I'm already winning big. There is a scorpid there. I have not tested my metal yet against a scorpid unarmed. They're level 5 and level 6. Oh! Huge rough stone tap there. Just a copper ore. And a fail. Very disappointing. Oh! And another huge rough stone hit. Amazing. Love to see it. We love to see it. And that brings us to the 5 rough stone and 7 ore. That was a 3-tapper, so we have not been really screwed over yet. We are going to craft these rough sharpening stones. Those are going to be huge in leveling skill early. If I remember correctly, we need like a 35 or a 40 blacksmithing in order to get that copper axe, the copper battle axe, as to say. And I think the copper axe is available immediately or within the first 10 to 20 levels. So here we are, continuing on. Let's see what this one hits us for. This is our 3rd one. Good rough stone tap on that one. A fail. An ore, you know, solid. It's hitting for a 3rd. And another rough stone hit. That was another triple with the rough stones. That's another 4 rough stones in the inventory. It is going to be leveling up our blacksmithing so that we can stop having to punch stuff. You can see I am a little bit terrified, but also I spot the ore and I say, well, if this is how I go, this is how I go. And I start running toward it. And here comes the hit. This is our 4th one. Okay, just an ore. A fail. Just an ore. The 3rd tap, though. Just an ore. But a 4th tap. And just an ore on the 4th, you know. I think it's, 4 copper from 1 node is quite nice. When you can get a 1 or a 2 tap, I'm not sure if 1 taps actually do exist for coppers, but a 2 tap is certainly disappointing, especially if there's no rough stone. I'm just looking here. I am very aware of that Searing Blade cave to the north and not trying to mess with those guys whatsoever. especially as a level 5 naked orc who can only punch you. So, just to discuss potential controversy, I'm recording these kind of ahead of a time of when I post them. So if there is discussion, I am allowing non-equipped quest items, non-equipped profession items that have not been forged, because otherwise I would just be done when it begins, because I couldn't get a blacksmith hammer or a mining pick. So it just wouldn't make sense for the challenge. But it would be interesting to look at a run that only looked into forging stuff if it were possible. But I think you have to make the exception that you have to use the purchased mining pick and blacksmith hammer. So I'm making the jump back, and I'm going to start to head back to Reezer Hill and then reassess here. So we'll talk to you in 1 second. All right, so here we are, smelting our copper for some mining skill, as well as getting our blacksmithing up a touch so that we can actually use what I think is going to be a weapon, but as I am soon to realize, probably around this time, as I look jealously at this warrior who is just using BOEs. This is normally how I would be rolling in hardcore. Once you get a little bit established, you get the gold on the bank out and you can kind of bankroll your new character. In the economy, I like the way it runs in hardcore as well. It's not super inflated, like it's a reasonable amount of gold. And here I am realizing, okay, let's make these rough sharpening stones, but I am not going to be able to craft a weapon yet. And so that realization hits me somewhere in this time as I'm leveling this up. Probably right around when I train that copper axe. So I'm going to have to go get linen, which means I'm going to have to go south into the Coltiran territory and punch those guys until I have 2 linen. So I will meet... Okay, so here I am headed south, hitting another copper vein. On my way to kill the Coltirans in order to get their linen. So this is it's a 2-tapper, got the rough stone. Alright. And the Scorpid is aggroed, it got the 3-tap there. There's only a 3-tapper, but here comes a Scorpid fight right here. I am only hitting him for 6, 7 damage. That is not double digits, ladies and gentlemen. That's an 8 there. Another 8, okay. We're hitting. Oh, that's a 9. I'm getting in my step there. That's an 8 and a 9. Oh, there's the double digits. There's another one. Oh, it trips. Ooh. Oh, man, I got some good punches in there. Ooh, he's dodging. But it looks like... Oh, we are going to make it here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it. We have killed our first Scorpid in the wild. And we got a 3-tap vein on top of that. So I will go ahead and meet you down where the Coltirans are and show you an example of a fight that is hard to do while punching. I thought I'd add this in there. This is the moment when I realized that I am going to be unable to craft this axe. You see, I train it. I'm trying to stay away from guides. I do have a lot of knowledge and I have done a lot of research, but I'm trying to stay away from specific guides hitting me, and that's when I realized, oh goodness, I need linen. It's for moments like these. This is why we don't necessarily want to use a guide when we're like, oh, I thought I had it in the bag. I have 5, 6 copper, however much copper I had. I definitely can make this weapon. And then, oh no, you need linen. It's just devastating, and this is the moment when I decide to go down and hit the Coltirans. Before, I actually had not realized it at all, and I was just going out to grind. So, drama, ladies and gentlemen. And I will see you in 1 second once we hit the Coltirans. Alright, so we've made it. Our first Coltiran Sailor, level 6. He has a charge and hits me for 30. But his normal melee is between 6 or 7, I believe. Oh, there's an 8. There's a 9 for me, though. He is crushing me right now. Oh! But there's the 10. There's the doubles. There's the dubs. Come on, hit him with another dub. Come on. Oh, there's another 10. There's a star. Oh, the trip. Woo! And a 9 and a 10 to finish him up. So you can see I'm about 50% after one of those, which means we are eating between every pull. And I have 1 piece of linen cloth now. So, perfect scenario. I kill this one. He's level 5. And guaranteed dead. Oh! An 11! Ooh. Okay, there's a 10. There's a 9. That guy's running by. 10! 10! 10! Parry. 10! 10! Hit him with the uppercut. Oh, no, hit him with the uppercut. Hit him with the uppercut. Oh, there's the uppercut. Woo! But no linen this time. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut ahead to when we found this linen. All right, here it is. This is the moment. Took 5 kills here. And that's 3 linen cloth. We have reached weaponhood. We finally have a weapon, and we have some bonus copper. Took about 1 hour and 5 minutes to do this, so it's not actually that much of a time commitment when you think about it. With 58 minutes spent at level 5. So, we are going to go ahead and make our way to the forge, make our axe, equip it, and that's going to be it for this episode. So tune in for the next one in a little bit here, because we just need to see the actual forging of this axe and the equipping of the axe onto the character, and perhaps take it out for a little battle before the end. Just, you know, I can't tease you for 2 episodes. I'll give you a little bit of sugar today. Buying the weak flux. All I need to do is smelt the bars. And, by the way, I have equipped bracers. I called them bracelets last time, bracers. You can see them on my character model. You maybe saw them earlier. So just keep that in mind. Like, I did forge some stuff and kind of unceremoniously equip it. But I thought the weapon, that really requires a ceremony here. So, here it comes. The copper axe. And we also have enough to make a couple sharpening stones. And we equip it. I said we equip it. Looks like I'm opening the character sheet. We're gonna drag it. Is this a drag? That's a drag right there. We have equipped it officially. We have a weapon. We're gonna get grinding stones now, because we will need those for some future recipes. I'm obviously gonna need to mine more stuff. But now that we've made it, let's go ahead and cut to this bad boy in action. Alright? Alright, we're here, and I did not forget that this was classic WoW, that of course I'm going to have to train my axes skill up. So right now it's actually worse than punching him, but we are going to slowly level up our axes. 13, 14, hitting for 5 now. That is a 23 and a 14. We are in the game. 21. We are in the... Oh, another 21. We are in the game right now. We are destroying this boar. We are at 30%. But I was confident and I knew that that was a winnable battle. that is the key to hardcore, is you gotta know, you have to stand your ground and die fighting. That's words to live by right there for hardcore WoW. So anyway, I have killed a boar with the axe, and I will go ahead and see you in the next episode, where we are going to continue to farm to get some armor and have lots of other, realizations about the run. So see you then. Bye bye.